Welcome back to another episode of In Good Company. We are your hosts, Jeremiah and Judah, with our guest, Big Dairy.
I guess we're still going by Big Dairy.
Well, where does Big Dairy come from?
Do you want to get into this?
Are we gonna tell them who his real fucking name is?
Like Aaron Platts.
Everyone's gonna be like, who the fuck is Big Dairy?
I mean, we can start right now, but it'll go a minute.
Give us where did Big Dairy come from?
I used to do Conspiracy Sundays on Instagram back in like 2017. It was before conspiracy theories were cool. Because now, like, everybody's just cracking off with, like, the craziest shit.
You were like pre-QAnon.
Yeah, this is pre-Q.
Pre-Q.
And every Sunday, honestly, dude, it's because I was living in New York and I was, like, depressed and, like, you'd get so drunk on the weekend, I, like, needed something to do on Sundays.
Yeah, pour something, all that depression.
All that anxiety needed to go into something. Yeah. So I'd make, like, 20 slides on my Instagram story, and one time I did one about, like, why dairy's bad for you. And it just popped off, and then I changed my Instagram name, and then dude, I had to get rid of it after a while. People were like saving my number as Big Dairy. People were like, "Yo, Dairy, what up?"
When I met you, you were Big Dairy.
Was I back then?
The most known unknown, Big Dairy. Also,
I was so young.
I fucking love dairy, by the way. I grew up on dairy.
Do you?
I mean, my great-grandparents had a dairy farm in Milwaukee. Like, dude, I'm so pro.
You're so
You're a cheesehead.
I mean, I got a dense structure.
I grew up in the Midwest. I used to drink like a gallon a day. But I was also a big boy.
Big Dairy.
Dude, I was 130.
A gallon a day is nuts, bro.
I was 137 pounds in 5th grade. That's a lot. You're supposed to be around like 100. I was a unit.
You're a goddamn tuba, bro.
Yeah. Here's what I got to say about Big Dairy.
Okay.
The reason I was such an advocate against dairy, and like I eat cheese now, but I haven't had cow's milk in forever, is because in World War I, they needed like really cheap food to send overseas. So they boosted up the dairy industry massively in the US to send condensed milk. It was the cheapest thing that they could send with like the most, nutrients or whatever. So when World War I was over and all the troops came back, the U.S. had like this horrible issue because so many jobs were wrapped up into dairy farms and they had like birthed so many cows. So before this, milk wasn't normally drank, cheese wasn't normally eaten. Like neither of them were on the food pyramid that the FDA.
So the whole You Got Milk is strictly marketing.
Bro, You Got Milk was the biggest ad campaign in the history of the entire world. The most successful ad campaign ever.
Yeah, You Got Milk with the mustache.
I grew up on You Got Milk.
So much
Michael
shit.
Jordan in one?
Everybody was doing You Got Milk. It was the most famous.
Everybody.
They like tapped celebrities. That was like the first, let's tap all these celebrities and get them behind our product. That was like one of the first
and that's all
brands to do
just
it.
because we had an...
All because of it. So like, I just have some random notes here from 2018. The dairy industry in 2018 was 1% of the entire GDP of America, $628 billion. Over 5 billion pounds of cheese rots underground every single year. So like if you order Domino's and like, do you want to cheese it up for 10 cents? It's because they're subsidizing the industry so much, they don't know what to do with all the cheese and all the milk to get rid of it.
Making it.
Because so many people's jobs are wrapped up in it. Like the whole state of Wisconsin is wrapped up in dairy farming. It's wild.
That's where my relatives, they have a dairy farm in Wisconsin.
And above all that, 70% of the world is lactose intolerant. Half of America is lactose intolerant. When you're a baby, there's an enzyme in you that breaks down milk because like, your mom's milk, you can't like drink water when you're born. You like can only drink milk. But by the time you turn 2, the enzyme's gone. So most people are born lactose intolerant and the FDA shoves milk and cheese down you so much that most people become like basically lactose tolerant where their body's gotten used to it, but it's like not good for you. It's linked to cancer, mainly breast cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes. Like this shit is bad as fuck for you. And people think it helps your bones. It doesn't.
Okay. Do you think that is American dairy?
It could be.
Do you think if you go to Europe where they're not cranking their fucking cows with a bunch of shit?
With like, yeah.
Like you go to Europe, like both you guys are about to go to France and stuff. You could eat whatever you want and you don't feel bad. Is that because we're putting a bunch of shit in our food?
That's because most of the food in the U.S. is banned across the world because of what we put in it.
Exactly.
But most of the dairy in the world comes from the U.S. because we have so much of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of those European cheeses, they're not using American.
No, but that's like a very small segment of it.
Yeah, relatively, it's not.
We're exporting like all South America, all Canada. Like,
actually, I'm glad you brought this up because I just learned that Parmesan is American. Parmesan Oregano is Italian.
It's like a cheese they made.
And it tastes different. So you go to like a grocery store and everyone's like, oh, get the Parmesan. Bro, that Parmesan is shit.
100%.
That Parmesan is from America.
So it has to be Parmesan Original.
Has to be Parmesan Original. That is from Italy. That is from a block. That's not the same shit. So I remember my mom would buy the Parmesan. I'm like, why does this shit not taste like, the block Parmesan? And it's because it's not Parmesan Original.
Dude,
That's
they're
Italian.
just trying to get rid of all the extra dairy. It's insane.
And have you seen what they talk about with shredded cheese?
No.
About why it's so bad? Have you? I mean, you big blocks of cheese. If you were to shave it, right, and you put it in a bag,
would
what
go
would
bad.
happen? Well, no, what would happen? It would smush together, right?
Oh, I have seen
So
this.
why does shredded cheese not stick
They
together?
spray it with that
It's
shit so it
sprayed
doesn't
with
stick
shit, so it
together.
doesn't stick together.
Dude, it's fucked up. Listen, if you're listening to this pod right now, this got me reinvigorated. I haven't told this story in forever. Do not consume cow's milk. It is so fucking bad for you.
Even like a whole milk?
The whole milk's the worst for you. The British Medical Journal released a study like 5 years ago about bone health, and they came to the conclusion that you break your bones more the more you drink milk as a teenager.
That makes so much sense.
It is not good for you. It was the
was
biggest
crushing
scam
milk as a
ever.
teenager.
There's a company that basically, it's like a lobby for all the dairy farmers, and they're the ones that lobbied them to get into the food pyramid for the FDA. It's all a fucking scam. The FDA doesn't give a shit about you. Like, this isn't
no,
a
the FDA doesn't care at
conspiracy.
all.
They're shoved. That's the reason those little cartons of milk, like remember how they used to
little
put, if somebody
cardboard
got
ones?
kidnapped or something on the back of those cartons?
Yeah.
They have those cartons of milk in every single school, and they would justify it by saying like the missing person thing. It was to get rid of all the milk because those lobbyists made a deal with the government and pushed them into all the schools. You think some kid's like, oh, I've seen this kid.
So
That's not your demographic for lost people.
So what if
Some
you go to
12-year-old?
Scare them?
what about specialty now? Like, right? Specialty groceries. I go to Air One, they have like the A2
I'm
organic.
sure it's like better for you, but I'm saying fundamentally, humans are the only mammal that drinks another mammal's milk. The only one.
Yeah, why do calves do it? To get big, to grow.
Think about that. Humans drink cow milk. No other mammal in the entire world drinks another mammal's milk. So just fundamentally, like Asia, they say 99% of people are lactose intolerant. You don't see cheese or dairy in any of their shit. It's just rice and fish. They don't even like have it in the diet.
And look how in
It's
shape
not very
they are.
cheesy over there.
And look how in
Not at
shape they
all.
are. They're in great shape.
But Italians, there's multiple blue zones in Italy, and they eat cheese probably more
Dude,
than
the
anybody.
blue zone off Greece.
Yeah, that's what I'm
they
saying.
lived like 108.
And they're eating cheese on the reg, feta, Parmesan
Yeah,
Reggiano.
that's hard to say. They say that they live a lot longer because like quality of life and like they're in the sun, they're walking every day. Like people.
And I'm
work
sure their produce or their
way
animals.
better.
than
It's way
ours.
better.
It is.
If you're living
It
in
is.
America, you shouldn't be drinking cow milk.
You shouldn't be eating here in America.
Yeah, dude,
basically.
straight up.
Wait, so you're saying
It's-
like if you get coffee, you're better off getting an oat milk, even though they say there's all those chemicals in the oat milk? Or
I
just
drink oat
black?
milk in my lattes.
I've just been black since I found out.
I mean,
all
if
that
you're,
stuff about
then
it.
yeah, I would just drink black.
If you're gonna get a milk, then oat milk's probably not the best for you. But
I heard there's
The
so many
reality
chemicals
is all the food in America is killing you regardless.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you want to die a little bit slower, don't drink cow's milk.
now. Well, that's what they're saying with like the seed oils too. Like those live forever.
I'm wondering, is that
it's-
like a scam or is that real?
What do you mean?
What?
The seed oils.
Look at America and look at the rest of the world, bro.
We're so fat. It's crazy.
Well, that's because there's like a McDonald's and Cheetos on every block.
But everything that you eat, like the worst thing you could have is white bread, like in the world. But if you make like a homemade bread with like super old wheat, it's super good for you.
Yeah, it is wild. You see all these videos of people going to like study abroad in Europe, from like college, and they'll be
Yeah.
like, I lost 20 pounds by just like eating like
Same
bread
shit.
every day and like walking. It is really sad. And it's sad that like nobody in the country gives a fuck. Like all the politicians just lie. They get into power. Like nobody wants to change
Oh, Wonder
anything.
Bread's going to give me $2 million to keep it there.
Yeah.
Cool.
well, it's because it's an epidemic and people are sick. I mean, we're addicted to it.
Well, they want you to be sick so that we run up the medical bills. I mean, there's a whole. You're seeing that meme? It's like we drink their poison.
So who are
they
you voting
keep us
for?
Sick.
Yeah, Jeremiah, after not being on anything for a while, is now on Raya.
I figured you would have been on it years ago.
No, I've been off, bro. I haven't been.
No, but you were on it for a hot second, no? Years ago?
Years ago, I was on it for a hot second, and then I got in a relationship, got off of it naturally, and then I've been single for like a year and a half, and I haven't gotten back on. I'm just kind of like I'm good off of it, and then just recently, I'm traveling, like
Yeah. I feel like there's, or at least what I'm seeing on Twitter, is there's like a dating epidemic happening in America where like girls expect too much out of guys and like just guys aren't delivering or vice versa. Like not putting it on either sex. Like it's a mirage, like both my roommates are single. And like everyone I know that's single is just like, especially in LA, it's like I've been on 20 dates. Like nobody's normal. I don't know. It's just like, how's your success been recently?
What's your definition of success?
I mean, I'll give you mine, right? So I feel a little bit kind of like you. Like I've got all these matches. It's
So,
exhausting.
what do you mean like me?
Well, I mean, in terms of like, I don't know what it's doing for me. You know what I mean? Like I have these matches and it's exhausting and you're texting. I'm like, am I ever going to meet up with anybody? You know, am I ever actually going to do it?
That's what I'm saying. Like all my friends are saying they're just exhausted. Like they're exhausted of dating. They're exhausted of the apps because like nothing ever happens.
I would agree with that with every app I have. Like when I had Hinge, the same thing. But Raya, I'll meet up and get coffee with you, and sometimes that's it. It's coffee, and you never see him again. Or I was going to this that Blink-182 concert, and I invited this girl from Raya. She went. We had a phenomenal time. I'm going to see her again.
Well, you're a normal guy too, so.
Yeah, I'm not like some fucking weird creeper guy. Like, and here's the thing: we could have a great coffee, and then that could be it. You know, it doesn't have to be like we don't have to seriously date each other. We can just have a good time and then go our separate ways. Or if you want to see each other again, you can.
There's a big topic going on right now. This whole 50-50 thing.
What is it?
Like 50-50. Like I guess guys now are like, oh, hey, you pay 50, I pay 50.
Yeah, I've never been that guy.
No. Yeah, I'm not a 50-50 guy.
I'm not either. Question.
Dude, the economy's hurting.
If the
People need the 50-50.
If a girl asks you,
Still paying.
What are you saying?
I am too. But I'm saying if a girl asks you
Out?
Like, yeah, you're single, and I'm like, Aaron, would you like to get dinner with me?
I would pay.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
But
Where's
that's
the
a new
debate
thing.
happening?
This is a real thing, right, Courtney?
In the ether?
On multiple Riot profiles, it says, let's be sure we're on the same page about 50-50.
Is that like a
and
feminism
that-
movement?
I'm
Like
just
if
like-
the girl's
I'm
putting
like-
50-50, then that's like, they're like, I don't expect shit out of you.
I'm like, what's 50-50? I'm like, I've never even thought about it. I mean, it's one thing if like your girl's like, hey,
If
I'll
it was
pay.
50-50, I'd have a lot more thousands in my bank. I'd have a lot more money.
No,
I
I've
think
been
you gotta
in
pay.
relationships where my girl, you know, she'll pay or she'll surprise me. She'll be like, no, you can't, you know, get every single one. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I'm like, all right, cool.
That's healthy.
Like, thank you. Yeah, I'm like, cool. I appreciate you.
I never did that. My friends after we broke up were like, yo, she never paid for shit.
No,
I was like, you're right.
All of my exes like would pay for groceries sometimes, or they'd pay for a dinner bill like occasionally. Like I was super thankful. Like it was nice.
But it was pretty much expected, like you paid,
think-
unless there was the kind gesture, like they
well,
could
that's
count on.
culturally. Like
Yeah.
I think, but I also kind of think we also wanted that way, right? Like
The prompts on those apps are hilarious.
Oh my god.
Let's get on the same page. My non-negotiable. You better like Harry Potter.
What's yours?
Shut up.
what's yours? What's your one-liner?
I can read it to you. Let's see.
I want to hear Judith. I'll
I
tell
think
you
mine
mine.
has my love language on there.
Mine's pretty fire. My one-liner goes crazy.
I mean, after you told me to change my intro, now I just say incoming with a rocket emoji. My profile said, I moved to LA from New York City where I lived for 3 years during acting school, but I grew up in Colorado. Country boy at heart. Quality time is my love language.
Oh, you went all the way in. I'm gonna give
Two
you guys
sentences.
mine.
You're a good Midwestern boy.
I'm a fucking country boy.
All right,
You're a Midwest man with a Midwest plan.
maybe mine
dude,
is way more fuckboy than his.
Mine
Hold on.
is totally
Let's hear it.
quality time. I want people to know. That's my love language.
Mine is. I can't even follow up after that.
Oh, I got your profile. Let me read yours.
Oh, yeah, no, I had to read mine. Mine goes, I'm kind of tall if you're into that sort of thing.
Dude, that picture is, you gotta switch that picture.
Huh?
You gotta switch that picture.
That's a good one.
I love that pic.
That's pretty good.
I'm crushing on that pic.
This had to be so fun. Song of the week. What do we got?
Song of the week is an up-tempo jam by a guy named Channel Trez.
Yeah.
He's fire. It's called Aspen. Have you heard it?
I've
by
been there.
Channel Trez,
No.
featuring Tori Moi. The song is crazy.
Play a little bit of it.
It's good, uplifting. My speaker's fucked.
You guys get hit for copyright?
No,
Nah.
we don't. We'll play like a snippet of it.
Not yet. It's a must go to. It's a summertime feel.
Okay.
Feel good. What is your movie of the week?
Movie of the week is one of my favorites. It's a 92 movie starring Al Pacino called Scent of a Woman. I'm too blind. I'm too old. It's one of the best movies ever. He plays a blind veteran who's like on his last legs.
Yeah.
And he just remembers the scent of a woman because he can't remember like what they look like. Incredible.
It's creepy in context, like without the context, right?
It's beautiful.
No, that's pretty fucking creepy.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Just like a lasting scent that just never leaves your nose.
Hoorah! Scent of a Woman,
movie.
1992. It'll be on the Patreon on our menu for the movie of the week.
That's a good movie of the week, though. I like that
It's
movie.
a great movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen Scent of a Woman, Platts?
No.
You've never seen it?
Never.
It's incredible. He basically is in the same state you were when you were in New York City, but on Sundays he would
And blind.
Anxiety,
and
the
he was
depression.
blind, and he basically like wants to have one last hurrah and convinces this caretaker to take him to the city before he like wants to kill himself. 'Cause
Al
he's-
Pacino?
Al Pacino, yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it.
It's a phenomenal. It's so good. If you don't think it's at least 8 out of 10, money back. I'll pay for your Apple rental. It's really good.
What is your 5-star of the week?
My 5-star of the week is something I use pretty much every other day. It's a quad lock. It goes on my motorcycle. So if you do street bikes or like road bikes or motorcycles, it's a little thing that you connect to your handlebars and you can snap your phone into it and it will never fall off. Like ever. There's videos of guys crashing on their bikes and their phone is still
What about
there.
for like non-motorcycle riders like us?
Well, no, like bicycles. Like if you have
like just like a bicycle.
yeah.
Does it go in a car?
They do. There's like a little suction cup thing that it's actually right here. So this is what it looks like. And it locks
Oh, yeah,
in.
I've seen that.
And they're incredible. I'll put the link in the Patreon so you guys can go get it.
Quad lock.
Quad lock. These are incredible.
I swear, every time I see you guys, we're always talking about how people got so rich off the stupidest shit.
That's
Oh, well, don't worry. We're going to bring you up in a second. Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to get to you.
this is the reason why you're on, bro.
Oh, boy.
Quad lock, they're friggin' awesome. What is your 5-star of the week?
My 5-star of the week is my favorite pizza in LA.
Oof, I already know what it is.
Pizzeria Bianco.
Never been.
Because it's downtown.
In 2004, they won Best
Wait,
Pizza.
do they have one of those in Arizona?
Yes, they do.
Yes, I've been.
Bro.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
I was there in March for Final Four.
How good is it?
Dude, incredible.
I'm pretty sure they won Top Pizza in America in 2005.
Yeah, they're on that show on Netflix.
It is so
with
good.
David Chen, where he like reviews all the pizza.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Bianco crushes it. He like makes his own tomatoes out
I was
in
going to say,
Arizona.
those cans of tomatoes are everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
he crushes it.
It's like impossible to get in there too.
I have a hot take. Like, I'm done with floppy pizza. Like, the Neapolitan pizza might be the most overrated pizza in America. Like,
Agreed.
They're always like, you grab it, bro, and this shit slides off the pizza.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done with it.
I like Detroit-style deep dish.
It
Give me,
needs-
give me like a thicker one or give me crispy
You need
bottom.
undercarriage. Your shit needs to be like crusty.
You need undercarriage.
Like, it needs to be like,
All pizza should
paused
be
but
well
stiff.
done.
Correct.
For sure. I prefer thinner pizza, but
I
it's
do
got to be
too.
well done.
Do you
I do
fold?
too.
Are you a
Oh,
folder?
I'm a folder.
I'm this might even be a hotter take. I think American pizza is better than Italian pizza. I just do. I like the New York pizzas, like those Scars,
That's what
Lucali.
you're talking about. You're
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
what I'm
the thinner
saying, yeah.
New York style.
Like,
But
I'm
like
not saying
you're
it,
from the East Coast and like I lived in New York, like when you're there for a long time, the culture just consumes you. Like everyone falls in love with that pizza.
I'm not saying Italian pizza is bad. I'm just saying I prefer New York pizza over Italian pizza. I mean, Italian pizza is floppy. It's like sliding off. It's like margarita.
I mean, if we're
It's-
being honest, I prefer most all American food over the rest
bro,
of the
Italian
world.
pasta in Italy is like,
Yeah,
come
no,
on.
it's unmatched.
Yeah.
But when you're in Italy for more than like 9 days, all they have is Italian.
We're not all rich, Platts. I'm fucking 9 days in Italy.
Week 3.
I
and
went there for a
Positano?
wedding, okay? This was years ago. And we were there for like 2 weeks. The thing about Italy is there's no, like, I don't want fast food, but I'm saying there's no other food. There's no Chinese food.
It's just
There's
Italian
no
food.
Asian food. It is only Italian food every single place you go.
Yeah.
Which I'm not personally mad at.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I mean,
But I feel
sure.
you. I feel like that's not really a problem, though.
You know what?
Like, if I'm in China, like, we have a problem.
You know what I
I mean?
hate
Because
about-
I don't eat Chinese food. So
Dude,
it's like,
China, dude,
I don't eat it.
food in China is fire. I was there for 2 weeks. Bro, they got everything. They got
Another
Italian
2
food, they got
weeks.
French food.
Where have you not been for 2 weeks?
Most of the world. But I was over in China for work and their food is bomb.
All right, I got a hot take right now. You know I don't like, I love New York pizza, but you know I don't like getting pizza in New York City because they never have fucking ranch. And if you don't put ranch on your
I
pizza,
couldn't agree. They shouldn't
no, they should.
have ranch.
Yes.
That's diabolical.
No, it is not. Ranch on pizza is the only way to eat it. Thank you. Our producer agrees. Ranch on a pizza is the only way to eat pizza.
You and our
If they're-
producer are absolutely psychopaths.
No. We're going to turn this into a reel for Instagram. Guarantee you more than 50% put ranch on the
Is
pizza.
this a hot take that
Do you not? What do you do?
I'm like,
ranch on
I'm
your
half
pizza?
half.
Are you
If-
dipping it?
Yes.
Wait,
dip
you're
it.
acting like you've never even heard this.
I see it, but
I would say 80% of people put ranch on their pizza.
80%.
I've actually
Yeah.
never seen it. I just hear people do it.
Especially
I
the
will
Midwest.
douse
The people I hang with, we don't do that.
I like, just so you know,
My people don't do that.
I like a little bit of pizza with my ranch.
Also,
Okay?
ranch is just
Right.
ranch is disgusting.
No, it's not.
Just in general.
Wings
You're
is
a-
blue cheese, or
all
not.
right.
my
Now
God.
we're opening up a can of worms.
You like
here.
Oh
blue
my
cheese
God.
with your wings?
Blue cheese is visceral.
It's
Okay,
actually
John
the
and
only
Vinny's,
way
they
to
give
go.
you ranch.
Ranch is like wet and sloppy. It's like
It's delicious.
fucking
Dude, homemade
gross.
ranch, bomb.
What, you
What
making
is?
homemade ranch? What goes
No,
in
like
it?
you go to a wing joint and they're like, yeah, we make homemade
In-house.
ranch. Yeah.
Dude,
No, it's literally Hidden Valley in the back. Like, dude,
you and I were at John and Vinny's, and they have wings. And what do they give you at John and Vinny's? They give you ranch.
They give you
and
ranch.
I
Dude,
took a
I think
bite.
John and Vinny's has some of the best pizza. in
Dude,
LA.
I took a bite.
I know like
You
everyone's
have to
been
eat
there
it.
and it's like overrated.
it's
but
only good if you're there. If
Yeah.
you order it, it don't hit the same.
It's the same with anything.
That's fair.
You order anything.
That's fair.
I tried to re-dip my wing, took a bite of the wing.
Oh, he's a
went to
fucking
go
re-dipper,
back
bro.
To dip the
You double dip the chip?
I double dipped a wing.
double dipped a
Jeremiah
fucking wing.
slapped my hand.
No,
he was
a
like,
wing.
no.
a wing
There's
is
a whole
worse.
Seinfeld episode about this.
Oh yeah, I double dipped the chip.
But
I did that.
Platts, a chip, I still would disagree with, but it's one bite. A wing, you're like
You
whole
got your
things in your mouth.
saliva on it.
This
like
fool
you're all
was
up
going
in it.
back in. I saw it.
stopped my
I really thought he
hand.
was joking for a second. I was like looking at him, and in slow motion, his ass was just like, and I literally like damn near dove
Where
in
were
front
you
of him.
guys where you were sharing a communal cup of ranch?
John and Vinny's.
John and Vinny's.
They didn't give you two?
No, those motherfuckers
No.
give you one.
I could have
Wait,
used
I
one
got
of my own.
I got $1 million idea. You remember when we were in, where were we? Park
I like
City?
to hear this because
Park City.
This
Park
guy,
City.
You remember we were in Park City and you were like, people become billionaires off nothing. And you mentioned the guy who created the thing that goes between the sushi.
Yeah, the sushi grass
The
guy.
like fake grass.
Yeah, the guy's worth
green
$100
thing.
million.
He was like, guy's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, when you're dipping your wings in ranch, it's always in a circle little
Always.
thing. We need to just invent a horizontal rectangle one. So you can dip the whole fucking wing.
We're cutting this out. We're using this.
How is that not just like commonplace? Because
A
all the time you're
wing-dipping
like,
size.
you're
A
shoving the wing
rectangle.
in weird angles into the
A
circular
full
cup.
rectangle.
It needs to be
We could be
rectangular.
millionaires off of
Or
this.
square, at least square. So are you following? You look at me like you
This
know
is
what's
genius.
going on.
I'm still getting over us dipping it in ranch to begin with. But okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, you put ketchup in there, like whatever.
Big Dairy, you're an entrepreneur and just a funny ass dude. You're like one of my favorite people to hang
But
out
you're the
with.
first
Appreciate it.
entrepreneur we've had on the pod, like on the business side. Like,
Wow.
I think you have at least one of the most random businesses ever to get wealthy off of. But that's what's happened. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of our friends are parents. I got people in my family who are parents, and their kids are coming home with these trophies, and you're
And
that
senior
guy that
rings.
makes.
It's random as fuck. But I feel like what most people do nowadays is super random, especially post COVID. Like everybody got laid off, furloughed. People are like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. Now people are just like on Twitch, they're doing OnlyFans. Like everybody's just like a millionaire. And it's like, how'd you get rich? And I'm like, I don't know.
Wait,
But
so
yeah.
how did you start? How did you start with the trophy thing?
It's a long story, but like anytime you manufacture stuff, it's just about who you know overseas, really. So I saw there was a need. We don't even do trophies, it's only rings. So it's like your dad gets, that championship ring.
Yeah,
We make rings that look like that, but they're just like way cheaper.
yeah. What
Yeah.
are they talking like $10, $15, $20?
Yeah, we sell them for like $15,
Mm.
but like nobody gets trophies anymore. These kids just collect rings.
What's it cost to make one of these rings?
Confidential.
Yeah. What are your numbers? What's your
numbers?
I'll tell you guys whatever you want.
Wait,
We're not
so-
getting into the nitty gritty.
I want to get into the nitty gritty. No, so you do like senior rings, like for
Yeah,
senior class.
we don't technically. That's mainly Jostens. Those rings cost like $400.
I would say those are
We're all like tournament youth sports.
got it.
But yeah, I mean, it is super.
You're like on the
random.
cheaper, like
Yeah,
low,
yeah.
lower.
We're like high quantity, or
low
like
quality.
High.
Got it. Well, no, a
No,
senior.
the quality's high. Dude, you got a golf ring.
I got the golf
we're
ring.
in
I
Palm
should have
Springs.
bought that golf ring. It's
Yeah,
freaking
I know. I wish I
fatty.
had something, dude.
They're great.
Oh wait, I brought you something.
Oh my!
I brought you this medal.
Custom made
Yeah, dude, custom made.
with the bling.
Do I get to
It
wear it for
says,
the rest of the pod?
It says NOTM.
What the hell does that
Stands
mean?
for Nut of the Month.
Nut of the month. Give,
What does that
give
mean?
our audience context
Yeah,
for
wait,
nut of
is
the
this-
month,
is this for
please.
the
That
guy
can go.
that bangs the hottest girl?
No, definitely not. Me and
You
my
need two
buddy.
of those.
Me and my buddies used to do this award for Nut of the Month. But people were trying to win it, and things were just getting so out of control, we had to shut it down.
It got too hectic.
One of my buddies went to rehab. One went sober. One of my buddies won it 3 months in a row. He stopped going out because he was like self-conscious about how
Give us
people
a
were-
story. You don't have to say who the name was. Give us a story of what qualified one of your friends to win it.
I can't even think. This was so many years ago. Like, just when you're out with your friends and they're just doing like absurd stuff.
And what, you carried this around with you? And you're like, yep.
No, I would just like ship it to one of them every month.
It's like the NFL every time you get a pick and they hit you with the gold chain necklace. That was stupid as fuck. Nut of the month.
But you're well deserved of Nut of the Month.
Thank you.
Because you're the biggest nut I know.
Okay, tell them how we
fair.
met.
Yeah, how did you guys meet?
Weren't you with us?
No, he wasn't there.
Not when y'all
You
met.
went on that trip? I mean, we met on that plane, right?
Yeah, we met for
Yeah.
our mutual
Our
friend
buddy
Evan's
Evan, who I
birthday.
went on Birthright with. the absolute man.
He is the fucking
dude, his
man. I love
wedding
him.
was so fun.
It was great.
Yeah. We were on a plane on the way to Park City, and for like months, he was like, you gotta meet this guy, Judah. Like, you're gonna love this dude, Judah. And then didn't he say,
He was like,
saying the same thing to
Big
you?
Gary, you guys are going to get along so well. And anytime someone says that, you're like, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We met on the plane, and he was like, you want to have a couple shots?
Yeah,
I was
dude.
like, let's go to the mini bar.
It was like 9 a.m. First time I was ever on a PJ. I was trying to act chill. I was not chill, dude. I was like, this is fucking wild.
PJ's Private Jet.
Yeah. Thank you. The man has been on 100. So I'm on it. It's like 9 a.m. I'm like, all right, this is insane. Let's take a shot. And there's like full mini bars in there. And you were the only person that was like, yeah, let's do it.
Damn right I was.
And then what ended up happening that whole weekend?
We had a rule, me and Platts did. We were
You
like,
still have this rule.
Yeah, we do still have this rule.
I mean,
I
y'all
kind of
just-
bitched out on it though last time we were hanging
no, it's
out.
okay.
No,
but that
y'all
was, we were
implemented it
fucked up.
I was
at
throwing
Evan's
up.
Wedding.
At our mutual
Oh,
friends'
yeah.
bachelor party. Y'all
Oh,
implemented
we
that
did.
rule.
Wedding, we were there. So the rule
That was
was
rough.
when we
And
met.
one of us got out of hand.
You.
Guilty as charged. No, the night we met, it was every time he takes a shot, I had to take a shot, and every time I was taking one, he had to take one.
That sounds like a
And
dangerous
before the end of
game.
we were there, what, 3 days?
Probably like 4 days.
4 days, we finished how many bottles of
I think
Don Julio?
5 or 6.
5 or 6 bottles of 1942.
Yeah.
And
it was like
just
just us.
That's a dangerous game.
Yeah, it was just me and
I
him.
mean, 6 bottles of 42
I mean, we
between
were
you two is like.
Fuck.
And you're at
Yeah.
altitude. We're at
People
up in
weren't.
Park
It was
City.
like people were drinking, but it was really just you and me.
Yeah.
And you're always
And
down
I learned
for
a
good
lot
time.
about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We had a
I'm getting kind of tired now.
So the guy just missed our party because he was day drinking all day.
We'll pull
It
these.
comes in waves.
We'll put these photos on the screen for you guys that are watching this one. There's a photo of him, and he's standing there in a Rams jersey with a cowboy hat on, and you look so fucked up.
We will not be putting these
And
photos on
then,
screen.
and then
for
the next, and then the next photo is me in my peacoat in all of my clothes, sleeping on a pool table.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
that
curled
happened.
up in a ball, sleeping on a pool
That
table.
trip was awesome.
It was nuts, and then we just got along.
Yeah, we became boys. I
Yeah,
only
it was
see you
great.
once every like 6 months, but
Yeah,
it's a
that's
good
because
time.
you're never here.
Yeah,
That's
you're
fair.
you're rich and traveling. Dude.
Yeah, what?
Like this is incredible that you're having a successful
I appreciate it.
entrepreneurial
I mean,
career.
it's been wild. My dad was an entrepreneur, or I guess is.
in
Didn't
your
go to
blood.
college.
Yeah.
Grandpa, same thing. Didn't graduate college. And basically, my dad told me just build as many companies as you can, and they'll keep failing, but eventually one will work.
I love that.
So how many did you make?
I don't know,
before?
like 3, but like I used to own this company called Handsome Pills.
Oh my
and
god!
they were men's multivitamins.
I bought those.
Yeah, they
Those are the ones at
worked.
the gas station that just give you a heart attack.
Yeah,
Those are like dick pills.
Killing
they were
people.
Rhino killer.
It was supposed to be more of like a marketing company, but like because of who me and my friends are, people were just like, there's no way these like work as like a men's multivitamin, even though we worked with the doctor and like, you know,
What was in it?
biotin, like, you know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
all the normal
Healthy
shit.
stuff.
Yeah.
Handsome Pills is
Um,
actually a clever name.
But the name was fire because what was the slogan? It was like, have you taken your Handsome Pills today or something?
I took them. I liked them.
Yeah. So, I mean, they were like horse pills. That
What
was the
else?
issue. We should have done
Handsome pills?
gummies. If we
Gummies
did
would be dope.
gummies, we probably would have been successful.
So you did Handsome Pills, and then
That failed. I worked at a startup. I'm not going to name the name, but it was like a water bottle company. They're still around, but basically
Didn't work
failed.
out.
fail, slippery slope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
now
is
I'm
like
doing
your,
this.
your third thing that you did.
Yeah.
How long did it take from starting it to like?
It's
work?
been around like 5 or 6 years, but like I started during COVID, so it was like immediate failure.
And
It was
then when
rough.
did
I took out my 401k and was like completely broke, and I was about to work in my uncle's car wash.
And then what happened?
Red states started opening up during COVID. People started playing sports again. Because you know California was shut down for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Nobody go outside.
We were here, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
no,
was
I'm
here.
saying like like
We were here.
Yeah, I know
Wait,
you
so
were
the
here.
First couple of years of this company that you have right now did not work.
I mean, I was the only employee and I wasn't taking a salary. So like anything's I don't know, not working, but like you're like staying afloat. Like
Yeah.
you haven't gone bankrupt yet. You
That's
know?
kind of like
but
me.
you're
That's
not
kind of like me
getting
and Judah
crazy.
now.
Yeah,
Stay afloat, baby.
like you probably aren't making a ton of money, but you're still filming the podcast every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah, we're
how
investing in
many-
ourselves.
Which, that wasn't a slight or anything. I'm just saying, like, in the beginning of anything, nothing works until like
true.
it's working,
Yeah.
right? But a lot of people just get. And by the way, I just want to say, I see clips all the time online of people on podcasts being like, "Here's what you need to do to be successful," right? You need to wake up. You know, but I'm not saying that at all. Okay,
Yeah.
I would say half of it's getting lucky, half is like just working like constantly, and then like having a good idea. So I'm not trying to like sit here and preach like what works. You know,
Well,
Well, you could have given up though in that hard time.
that's what I'm saying.
Did you get close
Most
to pressing
people give
eject?
up. Yeah, for sure. I was like a month away. Dude, COVID was crazy. Yeah. Like people were just all over the place. Like I didn't know. Like it didn't look like people were going to be outside for like years at one point. People were tripping, you know?
So why'd you keep going then?
Dude, I didn't have I mean, it kind of,
you were all in.
I was all in, but also like I didn't have anything else to do. Like I couldn't go work as a bartender because like there was no bars open. Yeah. So it was like either keep trying to make it work or like smoke weed every day because like there was no jobs.
Wait, so what was the turning point where you were like, oh, this is working?
Probably 2 years later, I hired my brother to come work for me. And then it was like, okay, I have enough money to like hire somebody else to help me build it. And then we grew like 100% that year because I've always said like if you can double your workforce, you get more than double the output. It's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like with 2 people compared to 1, you can do 4 times as much.
So you're not subscribing to like get up in the morning and
I mean
tub
like
and
eat. I do love a cold plunge.
Eat 10 eggs and
no, dude. It's just like this is the reason I'm off TikTok and Instagram. Is like every fucking video is just like. I like David Goggins, but I like
him too.
Yeah. I shouldn't have called him out, but it's people just like if you're not waking up at 4:30 in the morning, if you're not cold plunging, if you're not working out, who are you? You're a piece of shit. You're not going to be successful. It's like, bro. I haven't set an alarm in like 5 years. I just wake up when I wake up. And I go to bed at 9 p.m. So that's usually like 5:30 or 6. But like, it's bullshit that people will just like post stuff that's like, you're worthless and pathetic because you didn't do what I did.
You're not fasting for 24
There's like
hours.
9 billion people in the world. Yeah. Everybody's got a different rhyme and rhythm.
Think you said, and your dad said it though, and most of the entrepreneurs that I know do say it's like, try a bunch of different shit. Some of it's not going to work out. If one of them hits, you're good.
Dude, and most entrepreneurs don't even do things like they love. Like people always ask me like, you must love what you do. I'm like, I like it. And it's like afforded a good lifestyle and like we're successful and like it's fun. But like, no, I'm not like in love with it. You know, I'm like, I don't even know. Let's say like I had unlimited resources. Like I don't know what I would start that I like love. Yeah. But it's like you love basketball, right? Yeah. So it's like ideally, I'm sure one day like you'd love to like run a camp.
You're saying that because I'm black or?
Could you imagine? You're like, what the fuck?
Like for instance, Jeremiah, you someday start a fried chicken joint. You know,
you love motorcycles.
You're gonna be a rapper.
Yes.
So it's like you guys could start something based. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I agree with you.
A lot of people start businesses out of necessity because it's like, how the fuck am I gonna make money?
Yeah.
So that whole like follow your dreams, you won't work a day in your life. Like what the fuck ever, dude? Like you're always working. It's just like not as painful.
I respect the hell out of what you do and how you've continued to grow it. It's a successful business. Yeah. You're planning to leave America now, right? And just travel.
We're dipping the fuck out.
For how long?
As long as my girlfriend wants to leave, 3-4 years,
See,
hopefully.
That's an incredible, this job has provided you that opportunity.
That's wild.
And now, when you start winning, which is what you're doing now.
You win more.
You win more. And now you're in fucking a syrup company. I want to know about
the birch syrup.
Yeah, please explain. Not any type of maple syrup.
Nobody knows. People always ask me about this shit. My buddy Ted, who's my pledge brother at Mizzou, was a lawyer in LA and just hit me up one day and was like, I'm buying this birch syrup farm in Alaska. Are you down? So I was like, yeah. All I know is Ted's like a very smart guy. He quit being a lawyer to do this. So I was like, all right, cool. So I flew to Alaska, saw the operation. It needed a shit ton of work put into it, but it like made sense because they were like in their 80s. So they're like, we'll sell it pennies on the dollar. Like we just need retirement money. We don't want to work anymore. So yeah, we bought the largest birch syrup farm in Alaska.
The fuck is birch syrup?
Yeah, it's like way sweeter than maple syrup, but a lot of birch trees is like, I don't know if this is a fact, but I think it's the most common tree in the world. But I think that might just be because of Alaska.
Got it.
Like all of Alaska are birch trees. You can find them around the US too. And they're in like Latvia, they're in Europe, like they're all over the world.
Wait, so now you have a birch syrup company.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to do, right?
Yeah, it's incredibly labor intensive. So he lives up there. Like we got partners. They run a full scale operation. People living up there like year round. It's a huge farm. The end goal is to you tap the trees for water and then I don't know the full process, but put it through this machine. Like I went up there, but dude, it's so over my head. They had like so many machines.
I'm invested in it. I don't know how it works.
I mean, listen, you gotta throw your money here and there, right?
You got to.
Has it worked out? Is it going well?
Yeah, we just got into all the Walmarts.
What?
Wow.
All the Walmarts in Alaska. So that's like 4. We were in like Alaska Food Monthly or Yearly or something. We were like on one of the pages featured. But we bought the biggest existing birch syrup farm. He's just scaling it.
Can I ask, like, if I'm a consumer
Yeah.
Why birch syrup over maple syrup?
I don't,
Like,
it's
what are
like
the selling points
It's
for him?
sweeter. You can only tap it for 1 month of the year.
No way.
Is the whole harvest. So like the early batch is really sweet and then the late batch is very like unsweet. But it's used in a lot of breweries in Alaska.
That's wild. So now things are going well, and now you're just like, I'm gonna go travel for 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to say, but like you can travel for less than it costs to live in LA.
Really?
Like with my monthly rent and then like car insurance, car payment, like everything, you can go get Airbnbs in the south of Spain for like $3,000 a month.
So it's cheaper
nice.
to go travel.
And they're like really nice and the
Yeah.
food's cheap and it's like you take trains everywhere. Like you can travel for like exponentially less.
I always see you traveling. You've been in Vegas for a while.
Yeah, I moved to Vegas, so that's been hell.
You don't like it?
It's cool, but like it's 120 degrees every day.
Yeah.
Did you think about that before you moved?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I thought about it, but like the weather's good for like 2 months in the fall and 2 months in the spring.
Yeah.
The winter's actually pretty cold, which people don't know.
It does get cold.
It gets
Yeah,
really
desert gets
cold.
freezing.
It'll be
It
like
does.
35, 40 degrees. And then there's literally 115 every single day, sometimes 120.
Yeah, that's miserable.
Goodness.
It's
I don't
chilling.
know how people would live like there or Phoenix. I don't know how people do it.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. Old people are like, oh, I'm moving to a hot place when I'm old.
Like snowbirds.
yeah, what?
Yeah.
Snowbirds.
I'm good on that.
That's actually be a great brand name. I have it written down on my phone.
Yeah.
Snowbirds.
I think it worked well.
Yeah, for some, I don't know what it is, but it's got to be something.
Yeah.
Somebody do it.
Cut that.
Cut that. Yeah, I'm doing that shit. So you have a hot take on something I said recently on a podcast of mine about
Why?
food reviewers.
Oh, about food reviewers.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I have to say. I used to run an Instagram called AP Sammy's where we review, me. Nobody. I'd have like some people on, but not that often.
Yeah.
You had him on.
Wait, yeah, you were on.
I was on
never
it.
Yeah.
forget. I'll never forget what you said. We're all enjoying.
And
a
you
sandwich.
killed me for my-
Yeah, and you go. And Jeremiah ordered tuna like an idiot.
You were admitting that the tuna was a bad mistake.
At that place it was. I just had tuna sando the other day and it was fantastic.
People-
At Honor Bar. Their tuna sando
Oh,
was
dude,
crazy.
anything good from Honor Bars.
Yeah.
Good. People fuck with tuna at Jimmy John's. Heavy.
That might be a mistake.
I love a tuna.
Yeah.
With like the melted cheddar on top.
I'm not the biggest fan. But
you
this,
crushed me for it.
Dude, it was such a funny review.
was funny, though.
People were dying.
I was crying.
So
laughing.
I used to run this account. I mean, you guys know. Is it ever weird talking like theoretically to the viewer in
No.
these podcasts?
No.
No? Okay.
It's the only person it's for.
No, I'm saying, does it ever trip you up?
No.
That would make sense. You guys are pros.
Yeah.
Okay, so we used to run this sandwich account. It was mainly Italian deli sandwiches. But people used to always be like, what do you know? And I'd be like, that's fair. Like, I'm not a chef. Like,
Yeah.
I've worked in like a few kitchens, you know what I mean? Like high school at a country club or like a bar, just like deep frying shit and cutting deli meat. But it's like, as a human, there's one single thing every single person has in common, besides being like born and dying. It's that you eat. I mean, hopefully every day.
That's very true.
Right. So like, I get that people don't have like as sophisticated palates or whatever. And you brought up this point about how like people like what they like, or like people love sweet wine and like I hate sweet wine. Like you were talking about that. People are like, what do you know? I was like, I don't know. I've been eating food since the day I was born.
That's fair. That's
So
fair.
I feel like every single person has their opinion on like food reviews because it's
true.
like
It's true.
everyone eats food.
True.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Listen, what makes me qualified? I'm fucking not qualified.
Yeah.
I just prefer my taste over other people's taste.
I get
That's
that.
what it is. That's what it comes down to for me. I just like, no, I completely disagree with your
Yeah.
opinion on this fucking sandwich.
Which is fair.
Because tuna hits, okay?
Yeah, I get it.
Wait,
No,
so,
but you're right, though. I completely agree with you.
so out of your sandwich reviews, what was your best one in LA?
Yeah.
The best one in LA is either Bay Cities.
Godmother.
Yeah, Godmother, which
Bay
is
Cities
like
goes off.
everyone says that, but it's true. They've been around since like 1905 or something. And then there's another place in Tarzana called Krika's. I grew up on it. It's better than Bay Cities.
What?
Between here and New York, I would say it's the best Italian sandwich
Really?
in the U.S.
So you were mostly ordering Italian sandwiches, like
Yeah, almost everywhere I go, I'm like, give me your Italian, however you make it.
That sounds so good right now. What's
Yeah.
the one in Tarzana called?
Krika's.
Krika's in Tarzana.
Criccas. But I'll say this too. Why I brought up like why I'd rather eat American food over food in the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Obviously, like pasta's amazing in Italy, but you go over to Italy, like the Italian subs aren't American Italian subs. Like if you want the best subs in the world, you go to basically New York or LA. Like even going to Dallas, you go to KC, you go to St. Louis, you go to any of like the top 20 cities in the US, there's like one Italian deli in every single town. and they're all ass.
You're not getting
The
a good
best
deli in
in the
Colorado.
world are in Los Angeles and New York.
I don't know anything about sandwiches. I don't eat them. No, I just don't go. I don't. They don't
You're not a
interest.
big-
They don't interest me.
I get it.
No, I'd rather
Yeah.
get breakfast
Yeah.
because that's like lunchtime, right? We're talking
Yeah.
about between noon and
Yeah.
4.
Are you like a
noon,
breakfast dinner guy?
5. I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody really eats 3 meals a day.
No, that was like a sold
Yeah.
gimmick.
Oh, back in a big dairy, dude. I'm telling you.
What's your favorite meal of the day?
Probably
Lunch.
lunch because I like sandwiches, but I don't really eat much breakfast.
Do you like breakfast food?
Yeah. Love breakfast food.
See, I like breakfast food. I just don't eat till the afternoon.
Yeah. I mean, I had a breakfast burrito from Bluey's today.
I've never
You guys
had
ever been to
that.
Bluey's?
No, oh, I've heard Bluey's. Yeah.
Bro.
Where's that?
Oh my God. There's one in Mar Vista and in Santa Monica. It's the best breakfast spot on the west side.
Is it better than the Great
People
White?
go way better. People go so hard for Bluey's. They sell out of their merch like every single drop. Imagine like a breakfast spot selling out of merch.
Really?
Oh yeah.
We gotta check Bluey's out.
Breakfast burrito?
Yeah. Best in the game. And acai bowl.
I love acai bowls.
I got a hot
You
take
go
with the
there on a
breakfast
Saturday
burrito.
morning, there are legit 50 people out the
Really?
door.
For a breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
Can you get different ones like steak or
No.
chorizo? Or
Oh yeah, you can get you chorizo, bacon.
Chili
I always
flakes?
ask people one condiment, what would it be? Rest of your life.
God.
I think
Hot
you'll be
sauce or
surprised what
ranch?
people say.
Mine would be it's hot sauce or ranch.
Yeah, mine's hot sauce.
I might have to go hot sauce too.
Really? So like cheeseburger, no ketchup. Nuggets,
We're
no
talking
ketchup?
just like
Whoa! You put nuggets into ketchup?
that's some like 8-year-old shit.
Yeah. What are you,
100%.
5 years old?
I crushed the dinosaur nuggets.
Is
By the
this
way,
whole pod just like
What?
a debate on food?
I mean, that's one of our slogan. The only thing better than good
Food is great
good
company.
Yeah.
Would yours be?
I think I'm leaning towards ketchup.
And you're telling him he's vanilla
You're
for
leaning
Cholula?
towards ketchup, and you're saying that you disrespect people's palates.
You're not putting,
You're like one of 5 people to ever say ketchup.
you're not putting hot sauce on a cheeseburger. You're
Yes,
not putting
yes, you are.
if you want to ruin
You know
it.
what most people say
What?
is soy sauce.
I'm good off of soy. I don't even like it.
These people are like, "How am I going to eat rice? How am
No,
I going
hot
to eat any
sauce.
sort of
Hot sauce.
yeah?"
Is
I'm
it
hot
one?
sauce.
Is it one hot sauce, or can it be like Cholula or Sriracha or whatever?
It's whatever you want. It's the theoretical
Ketchup is the
question.
most vanilla lame answer I've ever heard you say.
Yeah, that's some white people shit.
That's very true, and I'm not backing off of it.
Ketchup out of any condiment.
I might have to rethink it, but
Ketchup?
I'm sitting with
I
ketchup.
mean,
I'll go ranch over that.
fair enough.
You give me ranch on a burger, give me ranch on nuggies, fish sticks. I don't even care what it is.
Fish
crazy.
sticks.
When was the last time you had? Well, you brought up the dinosaur nuggies.
Yo, fish sticks are fire though. Let me tell you.
Dino nugs are good.
Thank you. Dino nugs are fire.
There's this pizza in St. Louis called Emo's. It has
Yeah.
Provel cheese on it. It's a mix of provolone and there's another cheese. It's mixed. You can only get it in Missouri. People think it tastes like plastic, basically. Like people from outside Missouri will come in and be like, "That was the worst pizza I've ever eaten." Portnoy gave it like a 2 out of 10.
just
But people born in Missouri are like severely addicted to this pizza. It has like a chokehold on the city of St. Louis.
So
It's called
chemicals-
Emo's.
Yeah, what?
I'll order 8 pizzas off Gold Belly. Just leave them in my freezer.
actually Gold Belly would be a great 5-star. And we'll probably do it because it's like the hub for any type of food you can't get
Yeah.
access to in your local
Any
state or city.
specialty city food,
Yes.
they'll ship to you.
I love Gold Belly.
That's the only way you can get Katie's Wagyu's.
Yeah, the West Home
It's the only place
Wagyu.
You can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna travel for a couple years. You got a girl. I want to get into some relationship talk. I
No.
think. We have no,
No.
not about your girl. I just mean about relationships in general.
No, I'm out.
We're keeping that.
I want 0 cuts. I don't want to wage on
He's like, hey,
anything.
Because he's like, I'm setting myself up.
Listen,
for,
my life is good. I got 0 complaints. I'm in love. I'm not.
You off Instagram?
I'm off Instagram.
Since when? Since
Like,
the relationship started?
No. Probably like 5 months ago.
Okay.
I feel like any time anybody gets off social media, they're posting, right? Like I'm leaving for a while. Like, if you need me, you know where to find me. It's all like ambiguous or whatever. People think they're like reinventing the wheel. I'm just tired. Like, I just don't give
I'm
a
liking
fuck.
other girls' photos, stuff like that.
It's not even the liking the photos. Like, I just don't give a fuck. Like, unless we hang out or we talk. Like, it's honestly better, like, when I see you guys. We went to dinner on Friday, and I was like, what's up? Have no idea what Judah's been doing for, like, half a year. And then you have, like, an honest conversation, and you, like, are interested in shit. It's the worst when you run into somebody, and they're like, I see you've been traveling. Like, I see about, you have nothing to say. You're like, well,
Yeah.
you saw it all. Like, what do you want to know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've seen
People
her.
just know too much now. And it's like, I'm not trying to be mysterious. I just don't care about anybody else.
I literally just talked about this on a previous pod that hasn't
Yeah?
been out yet. about how people have so much access to everybody.
It's crazy.
And like, you know everything about them and everything is presented in a way where it feels perfect. Like their life is so grand.
I don't know if this is a real quote, but I saw something on Twitter that Woody Harrelson doesn't have a phone. And he was like, I don't want anybody to have access to me at a moment's notice in his whole life. I'm like, that's kind of insane, but
I'm not.
respect.
I mean, I'm not
Respect.
upset. I mean, someone like that, they're probably getting bugged by their agent and their wife and blah, 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 blah. I'd be super chill with in a few years having like a landline at my house. Like when I have a family.
I think
having a
landlines are going to come
landline
back.
Yeah.
I think so.
You said this on the last pod I listened to. Everything comes back. It's like a 20-year cycle.
Look at the pants we're all wearing now. Skinny jeans are done.
Oh, dude.
Like,
damn.
I don't know if those are coming back because I think about them now. I'm like,
They don't even
ugh.
look good.
They don't look good. I don't know if they really ever
Dude,
did.
you know
Like,
what's coming back? Abercrombie.
I just
Yeah.
talked about this
Bro,
with my
these
sister.
pants are Abercrombie.
Abercrombie's rebrand right now.
Crazy.
They lost the moose?
Yeah, they just don't put it on anything anymore, and all their shit's fire.
They
Is
rebranded
it like
the whole
is
thing.
it kind of like Urban Outfitters now?
No.
Yeah,
They
I'd
have
way
look-
better.
I mean,
They have
better,
look-
but
oh,
like
better.
sort of like look.
But they have like logo
know,
graphic tees, vintage.
They do. They made a
kinda
deal with the
vibe.
NFL, so they have like all the throwback '90s shirts,
What?
like Dallas Cowboys, NFC champions, like
When did this
Rams.
The last like
Probably
18
last
months, right?
summer because
Yeah.
from September to now, their stock is up 400%. Dude, they're just raking it in.
Yeah.
Did
I
Hol- did
only wear
Holster-
Abercrombie jeans. I have like 10 pairs.
What?
Yeah.
Is it
swear.
expensive?
They're still trying to like capture the average.
All
Like,
Saints is going out of business.
person.
Is it?
Yeah, there's really no market there in that
I hate
mid
to say it.
tier.
If you wear All Saints, you look like someone in the movie Taken that lives in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, I mean, All Saints.
I've
is,
never worn
The
it.
leather jacket with the tight
I'm not a
pants.
big designer guy.
Neither am I. I'm not a
Yeah.
big logo guy. That's one thing you and I have talked about.
hate
I'm not,
logos.
I'm not a big logo guy.
Yeah.
Except for Harley. And I will rock the fuck out
Oh,
of Harley.
I've been collecting, like, I don't even ride. I've been collecting Harley shirts everywhere I go.
I do
I was
that
just in
every time.
Montana last week, went to the Yellowstone Harley Davidson, grabbed like 3
Ooh,
shirts.
dude, that didn't sting. Like he doesn't even ride Harleys.
That is a thing for me.
It is, bro. It drives me crazy.
I mean, no, like
I don't care personally.
I've rode
'Cause you don't
motorcycles.
fucking
I had
ride.
one as a kid, but like I don't ride anymore.
That's fair. At least
Yeah,
you did.
I did.
Yeah.
back in
no,
the day.
but also like if I want to put on a fucking Harley shirt because I like it, I'm gonna put it on.
You
Dude,
don't put the Harley
everyone-
shirt on because you like it. You like putting the Harley shirt on because it makes you look like a person that would ride a Harley, which is someone
No,
cool.
I disagree.
Nope.
They've become such a
Nope.
vintage shirt.
Yes.
Like every thrift shop you go to, it's like $300 for an old Harley shirt. I think it's a cultural thing now.
But what is the culture? The
I think-
culture is I ride a motorcycle. And
I think the culture is America because Harley's like, have we talked about this? Harley's like the one brand in their industry where nothing can touch it. It's almost like Apple if everyone in the world used iPhones. Every country you go to, people like covet Harley Davidson
America.
when it comes to bikes.
I went to Harley Davidson in Amman, Jordan.
That's what I'm saying.
It was fucking
No
sweet.
point in my life have I put on a Harley shirt and be like, I hope they think I ride fucking Harleys. Like, no.
When have you ever worn a Harley shirt in your life?
Bro, I used to have a collection of them. There's a guy off of
Where are they?
they're gone. They're gone.
The fuck?
I had a mean collection. There's a guy off of La Brea who specialized in like vintage Harley shirts, and his shop didn't make it, but he used to like take me to the back, and I'm like, I had crazy ones. I still have them
Also,
somewhere.
the shirts go so fucking hard because every dealership gets the ability to like customize
Their
their
own,
own.
yeah.
I went to one in Talkeetna, Alaska, and it's a ram on a bike on a Harley going through the mountains.
That's fire.
So sick.
I was like, I gotta buy this. You
Last
kidding me?
summer, I tried to stop at the Yellowstone one, but they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm jealous that you're just about to go travel. Like, where are
Yeah.
you going first?
I think Australia for 3 months, maybe a little bit of New Zealand. I spent like a month alone in New Zealand 2 years ago. I'm
Why?
convinced it's the prettiest place on earth.
Why would you go there?
You know, how nobody like works much between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I was like, all right, we're like super dead. You know, I'm just gonna go solo. It was the best trip of my entire life.
Ever since seeing Lord of the Rings, I want to go there.
What'd
yeah.
you do all day?
Met people, went from town to town. I rented a car, drove the entire South Island, then drove the entire North Island. It was crazy.
Are the people nice?
Yeah, people were really nice.
God, it looks so gorgeous.
Kind of like
there.
Sean Penn from The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It's like, like I don't know if you've seen it, but basically Sean
Yeah.
Penn is like he just travels the world, and like I envy you. Honestly, I mean this. I would love to just go to Australia and go to New Zealand and travel the South and travel the North. Like, bro, like you're gonna have like such a fulfilled life.
My goal years ago, and I gave up on this, was to go to all 195 countries. There's obviously like in retrospect countries, it's like, all right, I'm not going to go there, you know? But I think it's crazy that a lot of Americans don't travel. And I understand why, because like all 50 states culminate like every geographical or like weather you could possibly get. Like we have the whole world like in one country, basically.
Yeah.
If you wanted something,
Yeah, we
you got
got
the
the
desert, you got
Alps,
the
we got
mountains,
the
you got,
oceans.
I was about to say swamps.
Yeah, we have swamps, we have tropical,
everything.
we got it
Well,
all.
the one thing we don't have jungles here. We don't have
That'd be fair.
We don't have proper jungles here. Like you go to Africa, or you go to South
Yeah.
America, like we don't have anything that really truly resembles fucking the Amazon.
That's fair.
True.
Like, and
True.
there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Like, the Amazon would be a crazy experience. Also, very
Crazy.
dangerous.
I heard
Very
that
dangerous.
most people wouldn't last 12 hours in the Amazon.
Dude, the stories you hear about like the animals that
Like, what does that mean? 12 hours?
there's like that
dude?
famous story about if you take a piss in the Amazon, there's like those fish that can like swim upstream into you. Ever heard that story?
What?
Like a lot of people take a piss in the Amazon and like die because like fish swim up the piss stream. We're going way off topic here, but
You're entrepreneurially been successful so far. What is like your next step, or your company right now is going well? What do you want to do next?
Is it more? Like more?
no, I think there's different levels of like how high people want companies to go.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to have 100 employees and be like, you know, a $50 million company? Do you want to have like, my whole goal is like to have less than 15 employees. I just want to be successful without like working my ass off. Like that's honestly just the goal.
That's the balance. It's like you have the freedom to
I just
travel.
want to live. It's like you said, like people just like traveling, living, like experiencing life. Like as long as I'm like comfortable, doesn't mean I'm rich. Like doesn't mean I'm poor. I can just like live and like see the world.
Yeah, would you rather have $3 million or crazy experiences and great stories?
Crazy experience,
Crazy experience,
sure.
Like,
I don't
100%.
aspire to be like super rich at all. Like I would just like to be like 60 and be like, I've seen most of the world. Like I know a lot about the world. Like I had a
Great
great time.
stories.
Most people retire. Like most people buy a house, have kids, go to church, do the whole thing, right? They got loans, they got debt, they work at a corporate job, they retire at 65, and then they're like, let's go on cruises, let's go travel the world. You're 65? Do you remember, did I tell you? I jumped off a boat in Malaysia, my foot went through a sea urchin,
I remember this.
and I had to get fucking open foot surgery in Malaysia. It was crazy, dude. Dude slicing my foot open, pulling out. I just got the last piece taken out of my finger. This was like 6 months ago. Okay. I'm already having physical issues and I'm 31 years old. I won't make it to 65.
Yeah.
I could go now.
Yeah. I love that. I agree with you completely.
I agree though. Like, do it now. Like, how are you gonna go backpack and see all this crazy cool stuff when you're old?
65? You were telling me people should get their eyes checked at 60. I should get my eyes checked right now.
Yeah, it's
dude.
probably
my
fair.
LASIK is going.
Yeah, that's probably
I
fair.
might not be alive at 65.
We're gonna start dropping that bar. You're right. I was trying to be nice, but you're right.
I didn't think it was real when we were kids when people would be like, just wait till your 30s. You know, when you're like 23, 24, they're like, just wait till your 30s.
One thing I know about you is you're not gonna live an unlived life. Like you're gonna fucking live this thing. Like you're fucking in Malaysia burying your foot in a sea urchin. Like
Dude,
the
it
coolest
hurts
story ever.
So
No, you
fucking
live.
bad.
You're like a full throttle since the day I met you.
Full throttle on my Harley.
Yeah. No, but really though, that's such a great thing to do. People
Yeah.
are so passive and they wait and they're like you do shit. I think it's better to do something and
For
like,
sure.
You know what I mean, and apologize for it than ask for permission
Yeah.
to do it.
You
or
can't be
like-
scared to die.
Yeah.
Just gotta rip it.
I'm not gonna go that far.
I feel like you guys are very similar.
I
You're
do.
always gone traveling, doing
I
crazy
will-
shit.
What other common misconceptions about being an entrepreneur or life that you think are just like total bullshit that people buy into?
I took a loan from my parents and my grandparents to help start a business. A lot of people are like too prideful and they think like it'll, you know, fuck stuff up. I would just say like, if you have a good idea and you want to do something, like don't let that,
Get in the way.
like block you.
Yeah, be too proud.
Or like people throw around the word like nepotism a lot or whatever. I don't know if like that applies, but like there's always like a reason somebody doesn't want to do something besides like just doing it.
Yeah, people are always like, don't borrow money from your family. Never go into
Or
business
like, okay,
with your friends or your
here's a really
family.
good one. My brother works for me, my sister works for me, and my cousin works for me.
Yeah.
And my cousin didn't want to come work for me because he's like, people always say like, don't mix business with family. The way I pitched it was like, yeah, most of those families are like working in a pizzeria. I was like, this is, do you know what I'm saying? Like starting up like a bagel shop.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can like work with your family. It doesn't always have to end bad.
Yeah.
I agree with that completely.
Or it's also
Yeah.
like, it's not like your cousin's coming in and things aren't going well. Things are going well. And that's
Yeah, like,
why
it's-
you're bringing
yeah.
them in.
also like, why else are you gonna build a business if you can't share it with people that you
Dude,
love,
that's what I'm
bro?
saying. Or
Right.
like,
it's almost like, let me help you.
or like having kids. Like a lot of people don't want kids, totally get it, can't afford it, yada yada. But like, why am I building a business if like I'm not going to give the business away? Like, what is the whole point of life and like building things and like achieving things if like you're very old at the end of it and you just got nobody there? You got no wife, you got no kids. You're just alone.
It's all for
just
you.
because you wanted to party and you just wanted to like fuck off and whatever, which is fine.
I love that though, building it to give it away.
It's like a lot of celebrities will not leave their kids like in their will at all. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. Like, I get it. They'll be like, I work so hard, they're gonna have to work so hard. It's like, it's kind of fucked up.
Do you think that is a balance though, of like wanting them to have the same, like you had to try a bunch of stuff. And your parents encourage you to try.
Like, you don't want to give
stuff.
your kids the world.
Yeah.
I think you need to like raise your kids very humble, maybe like shield them from the fact that you're rich. Like, I don't know, I didn't grow up rich at all. So this is me spitballing. And then maybe like when they're of age, they'll probably catch on. But it's like, yeah, we got a safety net. Like, you'll be okay. Yeah. I think the car thing's huge.
Yeah.
I bought my first car for like $4,000. I was working at Subway and Einstein Bagels, fire bagels. And it was a Honda Del Sol 2-seater, hard roof.
I had a Nissan Murano.
Oh, I used to like those.
They're like buggy cars.
Grand Cherokee, and I worked at a golf shop in
Hell yeah.
Colorado. I worked there for like, it was crazy because I grew up with like no money, but I worked all year. I'd work during basketball season. So I'd go to basketball practice 5:30 and then go work after. The only nights I didn't really work were when I had games. But I remember
hard work.
Yeah. But I feel like that's important no matter how successful you are, is to like instill the hard work thing.
But also, like, the way we got started on this is celebrities will rack up $300 million and be like, not giving my kids a dime.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I wouldn't do that.
It's like, brother, what was it all for?
Yeah.
What's the fucking point?
I think there's a million ways to slice the onion. I think as soon as they have a family, it's like money's unlocked. Like, you got kids, you got a wife, like, but you single at 25 on 100 M's. I don't think any of us are making it out,
Dude.
The trust fund is just
She
depleted.
needed the Cartier bracelet, Dad. She was going to leave me.
How about that? I know that.
She said if I didn't get her that car, she was going to leave me.
The Van Cleef bracelets pops, I promise. It's like, imagine you guys at 25 with 100 M's in your bank account.
Oh my God. It'd probably be
dead.
gone.
I'd be dead.
I'd probably be dead.
I'd be dead. I'd be gone.
Yeah.
There you go.
You and me, Park City with 100 mil. You wake up, I'd be a heart attack.
No, dude. It's a lot of fucking money.
It's a lot of bread.
So Jeremiah curates a playlist every week.
Yeah.
What is some of the stuff you've been listening to lately?
I've been listening to a lot of Tyler Childers. You like Tyler Childers?
Love him.
Who's that?
He's like a folky Zach Bryan kind of.
I like folk music.
Kind of like Nathaniel.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big country guy, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that just a lot of that Mountain Joy.
Are you?
I like Mountain Joy. I like Mountain Joy.
Mount Joy
Mount
opened
Joy.
for Nathaniel.
Oh, that's crazy.
Whatever
Yeah.
the Nuggets one is.
This guy will bail on you with concerts. You did it on me. I got a full 3
Oh
tickets.
my-
Texting me the morning of.
Morning of.
Sounds like me.
It was literally the morning of, and I was on my way to Vegas.
I didn't know you were leaving. You didn't say there was hey, I had to know.
No, for real. Thank you so much.
We're going to
for
start the
coming
pod
on.
with
Thank
that
you.
one.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Click the link down below for the Patreon. You can watch the full episode. We'll see you guys next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
That was great, man. That was fun.
That was fantastic.